Hello, let's do a weekly analysis together. I'm super excited for this weekly analysis. Um, I don't do weekly analysis on Ethereum yet. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, guys. This is the week where I'm going to be trading NASDAQ live. Like, what? This, this is the data that I've collected from the setups that I thought were good. There's really not that many. It's not a crazy amount, but I'm still happy with it. I still feel like this is a good amount. I got, I think, three setups that I saw. I got a few setups that I thought were good on gold, but I didn't take them. So overall month, there was one trade that I took, which is crazy. But at the same time, I'm really excited to trade Nasdaq. I had one loss here. Wait, two losses? No, one loss. I had one loss here, and this loss was simply because I didn't trade it in New York session. I traded pre-New York, so as long as I make sure that I trade solely in New York and I focus on high quality setups only, and this is why I only focus on high quality setups, then this wouldn't even exist, and I would have a 100% win rate. I don't even know what I just did there in terms of like changing that down, but if I didn't take a trade in pre-New York, I would have had a 100% win rate on Nasdaq, which would have been crazy, but I'm pretty happy with this. I'm pretty happy with this. Other than that, like Nasdaq's been pretty choppy. It looks like it's going on a reversal at the moment. So I think whenever like price action goes on a reversal, I find it difficult to read, and then also it just becomes a little bit more difficult to trade off of for Nasdaq in my opinion, and because I'm just not familiar with it. But anyway, I'm so excited. I'm literally so excited to be live trading Nasdaq and gold at the same time. So actually, like, I completely forgot, to be honest, that I'm going to be trading both instruments. Like, that's honestly crazy. Ugh, look at this trade. I could have taken if I wasn't busy. But that's okay. So, my weekly analysis, price is bullish. Do I need to even change anything? That's what the real question is. Maybe we can readjust my trend line because I feel like we've definitely got some touch points here. There we go. We've got 4 touch points now. We've got an overall low here. We've got a point of interest right here. So you know what? We're going to put an alert right at the high there. Actually, we're not going to do that. We're going to put this type of alert right at... No, what the hell? We're going to put this alert at the high. So we go here, and then we go alert, and then we go price is crossing, and then we leave it at that. But what I also want to do is change this pink because it's bullish. It's not bearish. I'm loving how this is looking. I think we'll change the prices bullish above to be here because we're no longer looking at this level here. This is the higher low here. So we'll go, actually price is bearish below because this is now the new higher low. So if price crosses this, then it would be bearish. So we're going to set an alert at the bottom. I'm in the way. Okay, we're going to put an alert just at the bottom of here, so that's when price is bearish below. So I'm actually going to label this alert because it's pretty important. No, where is it? This one. Price is bearish. That's all I need. So all I need is gold price is bearish here. I think these alerts are for my daily candles, and then we'll put another message. I think I need to do this for my weekly analysis. So gold weekly high is crossed. I'm going to keep that as that alert there. It looks like it's obviously crossing it. It looks like we are headed towards all-time highs, which is really exciting. So we'll see what happens there, but it's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good, in my opinion. What I would love to see happen overall, because obviously high time frame is just a lower time frame on a much larger scale, I would say. So I'd want to see price to go up here, retrace, and then continue. or it might just push all the way up to all-time highs, but I want to see it retrace back to here and then continue up. So at least if we have a pullback, I understand why, but price might just shoot after it hits all-time highs, which is totally fine. So that's our weekly analysis for gold. And then for NASDAQ, this looks a mess. I'm removing this immediately. This is being removed because that looks ugly. Yeah, this is looking awful actually. We've got a gap here. Is price going to retrace to fill that gap? No, we've already filled the gap. It's filled on the 4 hour. Price looks really bad. It looks really ugly. Like, what is actually happening? Okay, let's go back to basics. So right now we've got lower highs and lower lows here. And then we cross the high here. So you know what we're going to do? I don't know what these alerts are for. We'll have to redo them in the weekly analysis because I can't. It's too overstimulating. I'm going to have this area here marked out. And this is my prices bullish above. We're going to kind of move on from what we previously had. I think what I'll do, well, we've already got this arrow here, so I don't feel too much like I need to keep these here. Price is bearish below. I'm going to move this down here because this is a low. Obviously, we do have this drop, so price is very much, it drops when it gets below here. So we're going to change this to price is bearish below. And I'm going to make this, we'll keep this pink because it's still bullish above. Oh, actually, no, this is going to go technical. Price is bullish above. So I'm going to actually put a horizontal ray just below here. And I'm going to set an alert on it. And this is basically going to tell me once price has crossed it, like I did on the gold analysis. And it's going to be NASDAQ hit strong sellers. And instead of crowding up my chart, I'm just going to keep it super simple. I'm actually going to make it really, really a harsh line because we can obviously see that it's had so many harsh sell-offs once it's hit this level. So you can see it's sold off here. We can see that it's sold off here. It's come back to retest it, sold off again really harshly. It's obviously crossed it now, so it is obviously bullish, but I just want to make it very, very clear once price does end up crossing it. I don't want it to be like too crazy on the chart, but I feel like that's a nice clear level, and it does sell back to this box here, so we'd want to see and make sure price doesn't cross below here. So I'm going to put an alert here. I'm going to note the alert. Price is bearish. So we'll go NASDAQ, price is bearish, because it would be bearish if it crossed below this point here because it would be making new lows, and that obviously means that price is changing direction, especially on the daily time frame because it's so strong, because it's such a higher time frame. I think this is all-time highs up here. I'm pretty positive because I'm pretty positive NASDAQ was pushing all-time highs. So it looks like it's kind of headed there. I'm going to I don't really know how to, because these are like my points of interest, I'd say, to see reactions at. So then I'm going to just put the opacity really low, and then we'll mark up the all-time highs here. But then I also kind of want to put some text on here saying all-time highs. Perfect. That actually looks so cute. Oh my gosh, my chart looks amazing right now. Okay, all-time highs here. I kind of want that to be on top of, there we go, that looks better. Okay, perfect. All-time highs are here. So put an alert on here as well. Price hits all-time highs. NASDAQ price hit all-time highs. I keep forgetting to put the name first. And then this is just a point of interest. So I'm going to position this on top again. So this is just a point of interest of mine because it is a, what's it called? A lower high. So I want to see price cross this. Obviously it's crossed these lower highs here, but I want to see it cross this one again. So I'm going to put an alert on here just so that I know that price has hit my point of interest. Put that as the alert name. And then, yeah. Oh, we've already got an alert in there, so I don't need to put that there. That looks pretty good, in my opinion. I think actually I'm going to put a horizontal ray here because I think it's a better idea to put alerts like this on the weekly analysis because obviously it takes a little bit extra time, but it means that I'm not going to be deleting weekly analysis alerts throughout the week while I'm doing my analysis, and we can just keep it strictly as daily analysis as having these alerts that are just put in here. I think that will be a lot cleaner and it'll be a lot more reliable. So yeah, I think that actually looks really good. I'm really happy with this chart. Okay, high time frame bias. We'll start with NASDAQ because that is what we just analyzed. So I'm bullish on this. We've got the lower high. We've got the strong seller level. And then what else do we have? We have the price is bullish above. We've got the price is bearish below level. And then we also have all-time highs. Upcoming news, we'll have a look at that in a second. Price looks pretty trendy, to be honest. Obviously, it's on a reversal, but it looks like it kind of had its moment down here, and it looks pretty trendy right now, in my opinion. And then what setups am I focusing on is obviously buys. What setups am I avoiding? Sells. What would invalidate my buys? If price breaks lows. And then how will I manage my risk? Ooh, are we live trading? So I'll be risking 1%. And then I'll be doing one trade a day on this instrument. And then we'll go to gold. So my bias was bullish. And then let's flip over to that chart really quickly. But I'm going to be disappointed now because I think that my NASDAQ chart looks so much better. This one does look clean though. I will give it that. I might spruce it up in between the week, but this video's already gone on for quite a minute. But we have all-time highs as a key area. So we have all-time highs. We have that bullish dynamic support, which I'll just put as a trend line. We have the internal high. Oh, I can't see. And then we have the bearish below. Upcoming news, we'll have a look. It looks pretty trendy right now. I think gold is definitely looking a bit better. It's a bit trendy, but it's also a bit volatile, I'd say. And that makes sense because it is pushing all-time highs. I'm obviously focusing on buys. I'm going to avoid sells. Price breaking lows would invalidate it. Again, 1% risk. And one trade per instrument a day. Potentially we could up the risk depending on what the next weekly recap looks like, but we'll see. We'll see how we go this week and how price action looks for December. Main trading goal is just to trust in my analysis. Discipline goal would be to journal daily and be as honest as possible and think more. I feel like I need to think more about areas where I could grow. Personal accountability goal is obviously journaling. Yeah. Okay. Oh wait, I forgot this whole bit here. How do I want to show up as a trader? I want to show as confident and disciplined. And I want to work on confidence as my psychological struggle. And then the one rule I must not break is taking multiple trades a day on one instrument, meaning on NASDAQ or on. Don't take two trades on NASDAQ and don't take two trades on gold. I can take one trade on NASDAQ and one trade on gold as long as they are obviously good setups, but not two on one instrument because the high time frames is really not going to allow that. Okay, let's have a look at the news, and then that is it. Where did it go? Okay. Okay. Okay, we have PMI on Monday, so that is, it's not a no news Monday, which is great. It's obviously predicted to do better, and then we have Powell speaking on Tuesday. Not a red folder though. We have PMI and no farm employment changes on Wednesday. Thursday we have unemployment claims, and then Friday we have core PCE and consumer sentiment, UAM. I'm not really familiar with that, but it's news every single day. Obviously, this is like yellow folder news, but it is still Powell speaking. So, with people speculating rate cuts, I assume that it's going to be kind of an interesting, an event of interest. So we had PMI, Powell speaking. What do we have? We had PCE and UOM, I think it was. Let's see if I got that right. PMI, Powell speaking, PMI, non-farm employment changes. I think all of these are going to be very interesting for these rate cuts that are supposed to be coming. Unemployment claims and UOM and PCE. Okay, so what I'm going to do is unemployment claims. Cool. Okay. Just copy that because that's just give me this exact same for NASDAQ. Okay. That was my weekly analysis. Let me know what you guys think and let me know what your outlook is on the week in the comments. And I wish you guys the best trading week. Hopefully we can end the week green. Hopefully December price action looks okay, and hopefully there's no crazy news with the rate cuts. But yeah, I hope you guys have an amazing week, and I'll speak to you tomorrow. Bye.